What is going on, guys? Can everyone hear me? That's the big question. We're having some problems with audio tonight. Somebody let me know if you can hear Michael and I. I can't hear Michael. That's the problem. And I can't hear anything else.
Can you
So
hear
let me
me,
know if you
guys?
can hear us. Tim Man says sounds fine. Yes. This is just weird. Michael, say something. Guys, let me know if y'all can hear Michael.
Can you hear me, guys? They said they can hear both.
I can't hear Michael, so this is going to be an interesting show to say the least. So, Michael, I can't hear you, and I don't have my phone in here, but I might take a break in just a minute, and we'll see what we can do. But for some reason, I can't hear Michael, and Michael can hear me, but I can't hear him. So that might be an
Right.
interesting show to say the least. But we'll go ahead and we'll start, and maybe I can figure this out while the live stream's going on. So, Michael, you're going to have to help me. You're going to have to guide me on this, and we're going to walk through it. But before we begin, let's let's do a couple of shout outs, Michael. So we got Mr. Jack Felmy in here, Jr. Glad to have him. Mr. Wisco could detect. Always glad to have Wisco. Sniff It Out is in there. And Wild Here is in there. Digging Canuck, glad to have her in here tonight. Detect Dick Smile, glad to have him. Let's see. Arthur Write It Out. Glad to have Arthur Write It Out. Somebody new in here. Thank you for being a part of the show tonight. LC Hunt is in here. He says, hi, how's everybody doing? Bells, as always, a great contributor to the show. Mr. James Letner is in here. Joe Dirt is in here. My man Lance McElwain is in here, but he says he can't stay too long. I'm about to go coon hunting. So good for Lance. Good luck, Lance. Hope you have a good one. Charlie Schimmel is in here. Mr. Edward G is in here. Surfside Dan's in here with us tonight. Glad to have Surfside Dan, my main man there. Mr. Ricky Bennett is in here. Fly Rock 2 is in here with us. Digging Daryl is in here with us. Glad to have Digging Daryl. He's a great supporter of the channel. Trying to make sure I get through everybody. Hopefully I don't miss anybody. Tin Man is in here tonight with us. Mr. NC Lost Relic Recovery is in here with us. Don't Tread on Me is in here. Glad to have him. Let's see. Edward G. I think I mentioned him, but glad to have him in here. Mr. James Bazell is in here. Blasted Cat is in here with us tonight. And let's see. Matthew McCann is in here, trying to get everybody. And I think I'm scrolling down. Heavy Metal Metal Detectors Facebook group. Glad to have him in here. And we shared our link there as well. Mr. Jesse Britt's in here. Carrie Holderan is in here. Glad to have Carrie in here. Michael, let me know if we miss anybody. You can comment too, Michael, by the way, too. Mr. Steve Salmons is in here. Tesh Ridge Digger is in here. I think I got him earlier. And we're trying to get everybody. Let's see.
Big smile.
We're leaving a lot of comments. Workman's Adventures. Glad to have him in here as well. Miss Sonny Coley's in here with us. Digging Dirt's in here with us tonight. Glad to have him in here. Moose Any is in here. Glad to have them. Let's see. God, we got a lot of comments, Michael.
Yeah.
And I might have to go get my phone so I can at least hear what you're saying. Relics and Rings is in here. Glad to have him in here as well. So, guys, we got 52 people in here tonight. Can you believe that?
That's awesome.
It's a lot of people.
Right.
But unfortunately, I can't hear you, and you can. I know you can hear me, but I can't hear you for whatever reason. So maybe it connected to my AirPods. That's another big. I need to check and make sure. But again, Guys, glad to have you in here. I might have to take a pause so I can get some audio from Michael and so on. But anyway, we're gonna proceed forward with the show. So, Michael, real quick, tell everybody what's been going on with you. Tell them about your recent purchase.
Yeah, it's I decided to get a Manticore and try it out. Try to help Brian out. We're gonna run it and find some programs and just see what the best settings are for the Manticore. It's gonna be interesting. I've always wanted to try it and run it a while and see if I could run it. It's something different, than the XP Deus. I still love the XP Deus, but I'm gonna, give it a try, see how I like it. And if you're looking for a machine, give Joel a call. That's where I got it from Joel. Joel looks after me. He looks after Brian, and he's a great guy to deal with.
Right. So I'm looking at the comments, Michael. Of course, I can't hear what you're saying, so this will be interesting. So I'm looking at the comments, and they say Manticore takes hours to click with, just like the Deus 2. And I would totally agree with Finders Keepers. I do believe the Manticore is a great machine. I think it's a machine that has a lot of potential too, along with the Deus 2. And Michael has jumped onto the Manticore bandwagon, but Michael's also going to be using the XP Deus 2 as well, as he realizes that both machines have some incredible capabilities. And I believe the Manticore is a machine that's got a lot of promise. I think it's got a lot of great things that it can do. I think that it's got a couple of different coil options with the M8 now, and now you got the 11-inch and the 15-inch. So you've got those coils that are going to be available real soon. If you're waiting on an M8 coil, it'll probably be here real soon if you've already ordered one. So I think that the Manticore definitely is going to make some noise in the coming months. I've used the Manticore. I like the 11-inch. I like the M8. I think it does extremely well in heavy iron. I found a really, really great find, and I'm hoping to show that to you guys with the M8 coil just recently. So I hope to bring that as well. So again, I think the Manticore is going to be a good one. I think Michael's going to enjoy using the Manticore. It's pleasant to hunt with. From what I've seen and from what I've used with it, if you're really used to the Equinox and you're used to the MindLab sounds, I think it performs extremely well. Michael, what are some of the things that you are looking forward to using with the MindLab Manticore?
Well, I've used the Equinox 800, and I found a lot of good stuff with it, and it's similar tones. But it's just got a lot of custom features with it, and it's custom tones with it, and it's going to be interesting. I know it. It's since they've released that the update. I've had a lot of people tell me that it's kind of handled that iron situation where it doesn't pulse and iron is bad. So that's going to be something we can look at there. I know we're just starting to see the WM09 modules come out, and I'm probably gonna look at getting one of those because it gets hot here in the summertime, and it'd be nice to have one of those to run the earbuds.
Michael, I know that your Manticore should be here next week. What's going to be some of the first things that you're going to try with the Manticore? What are going to be some things that you're going to want to look at right out of the gate with it, as far as what you're going to test, what you think you're going to see, and so on? So fill the audience in. While you're doing that, I'm going to try to step away and see if I can get some audio to where I can hear what you're saying. But fill the audience in with that and let them know what you're looking for with the Manticore, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, I love my days too, especially with a 9-inch coil hunting the heavy iron. But I really want to see, if there's a depth advantage hunting fields and open woods with it, which I think it will be. I think it'll be a really good, Civil War relic machine as far as hunting in the woods and hunting for deep bullets and Civil War artifacts. And that's, I want to run, do some depth tests and some separation tests. I think the DS2 and the Manticore are pretty close as far as separation. And it's going to be interesting to see. And maybe a little bit down the road, I'd like to try that M8 coil. Right now, I'm gonna have the 11-inch coil, but it's going to be. I think that's a good coil too. It separates better than a lot of people think it does, and that M8 is going to be a nice accessory coil for, especially hunting in the iron. So.
So, Michael, you really think the M8 coil is going to do very well for you in the iron? So, what are you going to try with the M8?
Well, some separation tests. We've run separation tests, elevated 3D iron test with the DS2, and hopefully, with the stabilizer, kind of mess with the stabilizer, and I know that stabilizer has helped that machine tremendously with that update. So, that's something we just have to look at and kind of come up with the best settings to run in the iron with that small coil. Brian, I know you've
So,
run that small
Michael,
coil.
one thing that I've sort of been playing around with is the tonal nuance of the Manticore. Do you think you're going to see some of that tonal nuance with the Manticore versus the Deus 2? Do you think there's some settings that we can try that might work as far as tonal nuance with the Manticore?
I think it will be. I think your advantage running the Manticore, I do, is either running 5 tones or the all tones. And I think that's where you're going to have the most nuance. And I know the stabilizer, as far as the iron goes, it's supposed to help with the nuance on the iron, where you can kind of tell, an iron target more by using that stabilizer. If you cut it up to maybe 4, it seems like 3 to 4 is a good number to run that, and you can kind of hear the iron more, from what I understand.
Right. Right. Well, I have noticed this. It seems like to me, and you and I have had this conversation, that it seems like the bigger coil might even work a little better in the iron in some cases than the smaller coil. So,
Right.
what do you think about that? What do you think is causing that?
Well, we kind of saw that with the 11-inch coil and the Equinox 800 and the 6-inch coil. I don't think there was a whole lot of advantage with that 6-inch coil over the 11, even hunting in the iron. It was that 11-inch coil, it was a beast in the iron, hunting, separating. And I think it's kind of the same way. I think that machine was designed around that 11-inch coil. And I think it's hard to beat that. It does, it's kind of like the Deus 2 11 and 13-inch coil. They separate really well for their size in the iron.
Right. And you and I both know, I mean, just like you just said, we're using the day XP Deus products that, the 13, the 11, the 9, they all unmask really, really well. And there are certain situations for each one of those specific coils. And using those different coils, I think, helps us to unmask even more targets. And I think we're going to see the same thing with the Manticore. The M8 might get a target that the 11-inch coil might not get, or the 15-inch coil might not get. But I think it's going to have a great purpose. And I found an amazing find with the M8 coil, and I was really impressed with how it performed in the iron. The only thing, and this is something that Calabash has brought up too, the only thing that I've noticed with the M8 coil is it does tend to high spike on a lot of the iron, and so that might be an issue. But I really didn't dig as much iron as I thought I would. But of course, I was running all-terrain low conductors, which I think, to me, it performs really, really well. Now, you and I were talking today. We saw a video online where they were saying that it might be all-terrain low conductors might be masking some targets, but I haven't found that to be the case, or at least I don't think it's the case on what I've been seeing on some of my sites.
Well, what it was saying in that video is, if you're got hot rocks or coke, then that can and low conductor, it can mask some of the targets. Whereas your general and fast and your high conductor program will not. It's not affected by the coke or the ground mineralization as bad as the low conductor program. But
Right,
that's the way it was designed. So that's in the program.
right. I get that 100%. Um, this is a good question. Heavy Metal Detectors Facebook group says, I feel the same way about the Legend. The standard coil is really good. What drives your decision to switch out coils?
Um, well, a lot of times, tight, if you're hunting in tight areas or even hunting in a stubble field or a cornfield where you can get in between the rows, that coil comes in really handy there around wooded areas where it's really thick. Um, and that can be a situation you want to put that smaller coil on.
Right. So, using the smaller coil on some sites, especially on the sites that are loaded with iron, um, I think gives you a benefit. But I also think that smaller coil is really going to be beneficial around, like you just said, around corn stalks and places that are going to be hard to get to and so on. I think that's where that M8 coil is going to really shine on that Manticore. But again, I've unmasked very, very well with the 11-inch coil on the Manticore too. So um, I think they're both great coils. I think it's sort of like the same situation that you and I have seen with the Deus 2 versus the 9 and the 11 and the 13, that it's a situational type deal. And you want to be able to go back to these different sites or to these same sites and use different coils. And I'm a strong believer in that because I believe you miss something with the 11-inch coil that the 8-inch coil might get. And I believe that you might miss something with a 15 or 13-inch coil that the 11 or the 9 or 8 might get. So I'm under that impression as far as the coils go.
Right. If you have different size coils, guys, don't be scared to go over the same spot with a different size coil, whether it be larger or smaller, because just that size difference and the distance between the target and the iron, you know, and the way that coal lines up with it over the target and the iron, you could hear something with a different size coil you wouldn't hear with the one you had already went over it with.
Right. So Doug Atkins says the small coils do great in plowed fields. Surfside Dan said with the 5x8 coil, you can swing the Manticore all day. Detective Smile says I use my XP Deus 2 9-inch coil a lot. Lewis Villarreal says how well does the 2D feature on the Manticore do in relic hunting? And we're going to talk about that in just a second. And Belle says, I hope you find a lot of good things. She's referring to CZ Kid, which is good. Tesh Ridge Digger says the 9-inch coil on the Deus 2 works well in modern trashes. Also, um, Finders Keepers says that it's useless in his honest opinion, or in my opinion. But I haven't really found that to be the case. Now, there's been some times, Michael, and I've seen this. The Manticore is painting two or three targets, maybe in some cases. And that can sort of help. I mean, if you see one that's on that center line, if you see one that's in the upper Ferris or the lower Ferris region, it might bleed up into it, meaning that there's multiple targets there as well. I've seen it where it's only shown two targets, and the one target was on the center line, and that one target on the center line turned out to be a non Ferris target. So I don't believe it's totally useless. I do think it will struggle when you get a lot of commingled targets within the dirt, within the mixed in. So, but I think it could be beneficial. It's very similar to the Deus 2 XY screen, where you're
Right.
sort of having to make a decision. Do I want to dig or do I not want to dig? But again, it's just another tool that they've added into this to help you decide, is it a non-ferrous or ferrous target? Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. I mean, the Deus 2 basically operates the same way. I don't really use the XY screen. I don't think you use the XY screen that much. And so a lot of us are using tonal audio in order to decide whether we really want to dig that target or where we don't want to ring that target. And I think XP has a little advantage over tonal nuances, more so than the MindLab machines. But I think the MindLab machines have a really pure, clear audio when it does get over a target that is a non-ferrous mixed in iron. And you can tell on the Deus 2. You can sort of tell on the MindLab products as well. So, again, tone is the main thing for me, and I know that is for you. But the screen is there, and it is nice, and it is nice to be able to see those big numbers, which I think is a draw to that machine, being able to see that and being able to see that screen and see what you're actually seeing underneath the ground. I think all of those things are things that are really important to the Manticore. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's really similar to the XY screen. If you get a lot of commingled targets in the ground, it's kind of difficult for them to separate, or you be able to tell, and it doesn't. It's not as useful in that situation. But it's just it has its place, and more than that, as far as the Manticore and the Deus too, you got to it's tonal. If you get a good repeatable signal, you have to be the judge and dig it, and that's whether you're watching a XY screen or a 2D screen or the VDI numbers. A good tone, and goes a long way, and that's what I dig on. The good tones, because I mean, sometimes, more than likely down the road, if you dig the tones, a good tone, you're going to be surprised. No matter what the VDI says or the XY or the 2D screen, you'll get surprised down the road, and you'll come away with a good target by digging that tone.
Yeah, I mean that's what's so crazy is that you'll hear something and you've got to. I mean, again, like Finders Keepers is saying, I just figure I can dig a target just as quick as staring at a screen for 30 seconds. But again, when you're hunting in iron, there may be one of those targets that really you're sort of sketchy about, and being able to look at that screen in that sort of situation, I think can help you in that situation. So, it's not foolproof by any means. And I'm not saying be a screen starer, because again, just like I just said, I believe in tone first. But when I hear a good tone and it's consistent and it's a two-way tone, then I'm going to dig it. How about you, Michael?
I'm gonna dig it too. The Tech Dig Smile, he says, I like V2, been having good luck. I can't really tell any difference with the filters. He's talking about version 2.0. It said sensitive full tone seems better. And I agree with him because I've
Right.
run tests on that, and it's you know, versus 0.71, sensitive full tones, to me, it's a better, more repeatable signal
Right. Well,
on the test I've run.
you and I have had that conversation quite frequently about the Deus 2 and using sensitive full tones. To us, it's probably the best.
Right.
Sensitive full tones, the sensitive program, running full tones. I think you get more tonal nuance or tonal audio out of both of those programs, as you're going to get out of anything. And that's why we love version 2, and that's why we love version 1.1, is because they fix full tones, right, Michael?
Right, that's right. We got used to running full tones with the DS1, and I'm glad they fixed that feature because I really enjoy running full
Right,
tones
I do too. I mean, I love full tones on all my programs, just about, Michael. I mean,
Mhm.
I've even used it on the beach and love running full tones on the beach.
Right.
I used to run pitch on the beach, and now I'm running full tones on the beach, and I just can hear a little bit of differences in the audio, which is just enough to make me decide, hey, is that a good target or is that possibly a bad target? Now, sometimes I'm fooled, but it's just like anything else. You either got to dig it or you don't dig it. It's one way or the other. Detective Smile says, did anyone see video Gary Blackwell posted about pinpointing on the control box to help with target depth? Does the Manticore do that? Well, I'm not one of those guys that plays around with the pinpointing feature. I hate to say that. Michael, do you use your pinpointing feature that much or setting?
Not not much. I usually wiggle off the target, and because a lot of the spots we're hunting in heavy iron, it's hard to use that pinpointer function
Right.
just because it's
Well,
it's it.
Well, you know this too. When we hit the pinpointing button, when you hold down on it, if it's close to the ground or if it's big, it's going to sound really, really loud.
Mhm.
And that is a way to tell. Um, but tell them how we do it whenever we want to know if that's a big piece of iron or not. What do we do, Michael?
If you raise the coil a lot of time, you can still get that target. That's uh that's a good indication it's a large
Right.
piece of iron.
So detecting smile, you can do the same thing with the Manticore too. I mean, if you
Yeah.
start raising it up and it's still showing up, then more than likely it's a big piece of iron in those cases. So Tetris Digger said, does anyone use? But believe it or not, there are people that use the XY screen, and I have found people that really like the XY screen on the beach. Surfside Dan being one of them. Surfside Dan says, when you see the target on the center line, you might pay more attention on how carefully you dig that target. That's true. Surfside Dan's exactly right. I'm trying to go through these things. Metal Tech with CZ Kids, are you linking the filters on version 2? Are they the same as version 1.1? They are the same.
Mhm.
Version 1.1 and version 2 are 0.70 filter or 0.71 filters on the XP Deus 2. Detective Smile says, I'm into tones for sure. And he says, Damien Thorne says, oh, damn, I'm late. Well, we're glad you're here, Damien. Glad you're tuning in. I use audio response for depth. I use 3 or 4 gives great perception. 3 or 4 audio responses is a really good setting to have on. I like version 2. Haven't been having good luck. I can't tell any difference with filters. Sensitive full tones does seem better, and that's what Michael and I use and we love sensitive full tones as well. Is the screen accurate on depth? Sometimes, but the Deus 2 is the same way, So, what do you think, Michael? What do you think about depth?
Well, on that, I think sensitive full tones is one of the deeper programs. Bobby Short said he received the WM09 wireless module for the Manticore and the Equinox
Yeah,
900. I
yeah,
was just wondering, that the WM08 module for the 800, it was probably quick. I know it was quicker than the headphones. Does he see any, as far as picking up the signal? Does it seem quicker than the headphones, or is it
right.
about the same?
Well, and you and I both know we used the WMO8 on the Equinox, and we loved that module to be able to hook
Right.
up our other headphones. So yeah, that is a great question. Now, if it's any faster, that's why you and I were using it. That's why Calabash was using it, was because we didn't have that latency between swinging over the signal and actually hearing the signal. So.
He
Um,
said no lag.
no lag. Yeah, which is the way it should be for sure. I know I jumped a lot of comments. Michael wanted to get that. Let's go here. Finders creepers. Finders keepers. I said finders creepers. Michael. I've had this conversation with a friend about the screen. He swears with enough time you might be able to find some patterns, etc. But it's just not for me. And right, you know. And again, I am not a screen watcher. Michael's not a screen watcher too. Now, occasionally I'll glance at the numbers, especially when I'm learning a machine. I might glance at the numbers. Like right now, I'm sort of glancing at the Manticore numbers as I'm still, sort of thrown off by the broad, expanded VDI scale that MindLab has. But for the most part, I'm still digging off of audio. Everyone is different, which is a beautiful thing, and that's right. Pitch is the best, and fast program makes the targets jump out at you. That's true. I do like full tones though, because I still think I get a little more tonal nuance, more so than pitch. And I've always used pitch up until they corrected full tones. And Michael, I believe, was the same way as well.
Mm-hmm.
Detective Smile says, I use the big numbers, Tesher's Digger, because I do videos and see people like those big numbers. Definitely, if you can put those up there, people can see them. That's definitely great. When I lose signal as I'm swinging the coil over the hole, I switch to pinpoint mode, and most of the time pinpoints it since the coin may be on edge. Now, I'm glad you brought that up, Lewis, because there's one thing I've noticed, and it's common to both machines. Sometimes, and Michael, I know you've seen this too. Sometimes that target will drop down into the middle center of the hole, and
Yeah.
you won't hear it, but it's still there.
Right.
How many times have you seen that, Michael?
I'm quite a bit, with the
Right.
DS2. If it drops down in the bottom of the hole, you're looking all around your hole trying to find it, and finally you realize, hey, it's deeper in the hole. And
Right.
you know,
I mean, how many times have you seen this, Michael, where it drops down into the bottom of the hole, but you don't know it's in the bottom of the hole, and you swing over it and you don't hear anything, but you knew there was a target there.
right.
And then you stick your pinpointer down there, and then what happens, Michael?
You pick up the target or take another scoop of dirt out, and there it
That's
is.
right. It lights up like the dang 4th of July. And so that does happen. So, guys, be aware of that. If you're one of those people that like to swing back over your hole, sometimes that happens, especially with both products, the XP Deus 2 and with the MindLab Manticore. They both do the same thing. Why it does that? Why does it do that, Michael? Why do you think?
I don't know, because a lot of times it's not when it drops down in the hole, it's not, an extremely deep depth where it's not going to pick it up. So I'm not sure why it does it. If it's just the air, but you can air test it and it picks up that deep too. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, but that does happen.
It,
And
like, Don't Tread on Me said, could flip targets on edge, and he's absolutely right. It could
right.
be on the edge.
Right. It could be on edge. It'll totally
Right.
disappear. You knew it was there when you started digging it, and then all of a sudden it disappears. But guys, don't walk away from that hole. I
Right.
promise you, don't walk away from that hole. If you swing back over and you don't hear a signal, take that pinpointer out, stick it down in the center of the hole, and I promise you, it's probably still there. And we've seen that happen quite a few times. Finders Keeper says, I wonder how many silver dollars people lifted their coil on and said, nope, that's a can. There could have been some,
Right.
but very rare. I mean, even if you lift it up above a silver half dollar, eventually it's going to fade, right, Michael?
Right. And I know, a lot of times on a can, you can hear that can. It's almost like an overload sound on it. And I've dug half dollar or silver dollar, and you're still not getting that overload. It's a good pure sound.
Right, right. And guys, I know we got a lot of comments, and I apologize if I missed somebody's comment, but just trying to go through. Detective Smile says, I look at numbers to see if they are jumping. When it's stable numbers, then it's a good metal target. The metal is pure. It's always true. If you get a repeatable signal, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be a good target. You want to dig it for sure. So yeah, that's definitely true. Kerry Holderreed, is that how you say it? I guess he says I've seen that a lot, which I guess he's referring back to what you and I have said. Flip targets on the edge.
Mhm.
Um, uh, Double G Diggs says he just got permission, and the owner said there has been a bee nest in the area. Has anyone ever hit a nest? I've been stung by some hornets,
Yeah.
ground hornets. That's not fun. On edge, but long always. Finders Keeper says found a half real last season, just like that. Targets at the edge of detection may give one-way signal, jumpy VDI. That's true. And if you listen to the audio, though, you're going to be able to tell those targets as well, Test Ridge Digger. So you're exactly right. Um, Heavy Metal Detectors Facebook group says, I thought the falling in the hole was just me. No, it's not just you. That's why I wanted to bring that out. And I need to catch that on video. Michael, I don't think I've
Yeah.
done that on video yet. So yeah, it does happen for sure. But and it happens on both machines, the Manticore and the Deus too, because I've seen it. I've seen it on both machines, using both machines. And I've got the Equinox 900, and I'm sure it happens on it as well. So
Right.
yeah, so that's good. Don't Tread on Me says got caught crossing a beaver dam by yellow jackets. That sucked. That
Mm.
would suck for sure. Finders Keepers says bells. Thanks. Only 13 Spanish silvers to my name. They don't pop up too often here. Well, 13 sounds like a big number to me. How about you, Michael?
It does. Yeah, I don't have any nowhere near that.
I don't have nowhere near that either. So, Finders Keepers, congratulations on those finds as well. Sigs Diggs is in here. Glad to have Sigs Diggs. He says New Jersey says hello. We got a great group in here tonight, 55 people. Just a real quick thing because I know we were having technical difficulties to start out. Guys, if you are looking for a machine, please check out my buddy Joel. He's on here right now as Fly Rock 2, but Joel can definitely hook you up. Michael, can he hook you up with some good deals on some machines?
He can coils, or the WM09 module, what anything metal detector related. He
Right.
can help you out with that.
Joel is a great sponsor of this channel. We are super excited to have him on board. His contact information is flowing across the bottom. Joel can get you whatever you need. If you're looking for a machine, if you're looking for a pinpointer, if you're looking for a shovel, whatever it is, Joel can get you hooked up. He's got the new Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer, which is I've been using it and really like that Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer. Of course, XP products. He can get you the XP-2, the WS6, the Manticore. He's got MindLab, he's got XP, he's got Nocta, he's got Garrett, he's got all of those different companies, and Joel can get you set up with whatever it is that you're looking for. So please help him out, because he is a great sponsor of our channel. He helps bring this channel to life too. So again, definitely help him out, because he helps our channel out, and a great supporter of the channel, and can also get you the things that you're looking for. And he will work with you. He's a great communicator too. He lets you know exactly when he ships it, when it's going to be at your door, and so on.
He gets it out really quick too. I mean, I know Daryl, he's ordered from, I know you have, and
right.
Most time he gets it out the same day. It's you know, he sends you a tracking number and it's on its way.
Right.
So he gets it there pretty quick.
Joel is awesome. So again, if you're looking for something, hit Joel up. If you want that new M8 coil for the Manticore, give Joel a shot. I promise you, Joel will not disappoint. He's awesome about all of this stuff. So definitely give him a shot. His contact information is going below. Send him an email, give him a text or a call. He'll be glad to get back in touch with you as soon as he can. But Joel is an awesome supporter of this channel and has helped us out with getting equipment, getting machines, getting those types of things. Joel can take care of you. So definitely give him a try if you haven't tried him before. And he'll get you set up. He's just got Michael set up with a new Manticore, and he's gotten me set up with some things too. So I really appreciate Joel so much for helping us out and helping this channel come to life, because again, without his support, we wouldn't be able to bring you some of these things too that we're talking about at this point. So again, give Joel a shout. Information's running below. We'll leave it up for a few more minutes. And if you are interested in anything that we're talking about, or if you got a question about something, Joel's on here, I believe. I don't know. I hadn't seen him comment yet, but he
was
here
earlier.
Yeah, he was earlier. So he can get you, he can definitely get you hooked up with something as well. Bobby Short brings up a great point. He says, be aware of the worn silver coins giving lower VDI numbers. So Bobby Short, definitely, that's a great tip. Those Trime coins, Michael, will give a lower VDI. The older Spanish half reals will give a lower VDI than probably what you think. I want to say my a couple of Spanish half reals that I've dug with the Deus 2 gave up a 82, 83, 84. So it's lower than what you think, lower than a Mercury dime, but they're really thin, which I don't know how many of you guys have done. Some of them are really thin, and so they will give up that lower VDI.
Right. A lot of those older coins, depending on how much wear they have on them too, they'll give a little lower VDI than you know, a lot of the, like you said, the thicker coins.
Arthur Rideout, Michael, you'll like this. He says, I like to know if Brian was standing in a hole when that picture was taken of you too. Well, I will be honest with you. Michael is a tall man. He is a big, tall man. Okay. I'm not that tall. Michael is 6'6". Okay. So I'm going to look short standing next to Michael. But no, I'm not standing in a hole. Michael's just a very, very tall guy. So again, I make him do all the hole digging when we get to pulling out that extreme hunter. Michael's going to be the guy that's going to be digging those holes.
Calabash said, "Give something away." He's on here.
Calabash, what's Calabash? Why don't he get on here live with us?
I know.
The old rascal.
On here.
Right. So yes, Finders Keeper says, nice to find a solid dealer. If you want a solid dealer, I promise you, Joel is your guy. Super guy, down to earth. You know, he works a regular job, but he loves taking care of his customers. Give him a shot, guys. I promise you, you won't be disappointed with Joel as well. He says, I'm still blabbing. I'm gonna get him. But anyway, yes. Let's keep going. So I've heard that MyLab prices have gone up. Does that include the M8? Contact Joel and find out how much he can get you one for. But the M8, how much is the M8 right now, Michael? Do you know by chance?
Um, I think it's around two. Is it 249? But I think it actually hit the market after the price increase. I think so. I don't know if if it had went up, or not. But I'm thinking it's around 249, maybe 259, somewhere along there.
Okay. All right. Bell's had a good question. She said, Brian, does the DAS2 on version 1.1 still running 0.71 filters on gen? Yes. The only program that does not have 0.71 filters is what, Michael?
The sensitive full tones that
Is
uses
sensitive
1.0
full tones.
filters.
Right. That is the only one. But General does have 0.71 filters, which I think works great.
Yeah.
So we'll see. XP, I feel like, has some great things coming. So you guys need to stay tuned. I think this is going to be a big year for XP, Michael.
Yeah, I think it is too.
No, it is. It is definitely going to be. The Deus 2 is a wonderful machine, but I look for more great things for the Deus 2 coming from XP, and who knows what else they'll do. You never know. XP's really, they keep things sort of close, close to the vest, but I feel like they're going to have some great things coming in the near future. So again, who knows what they're going to do because they always surprise us, don't they, Michael?
Yeah, they do. And I mean, who knows what coils they got coming out down the road or accessories that you know, maybe we didn't even think about. You know, I really wish it'd be nice if they would work on the remote um, uh, adapter. Where you hook your remote to the shaft.
Right.
I wish they would do something, maybe a locking mechanism on it, and that would be something I would hope they would even if they sold it as an accessory,
Right.
after the fact, it would be something good. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in.
Definitely. Digging Daryl says, you guys need to invite Joel to the show. He can answer a lot of questions people may have about metal detecting products. If he's camera shy, I'm sorry for bringing this up. That's a good idea by Digging Daryl. Digging Daryl, I told you I have invited you to the show, so hopefully we're going to have you on here one night with us as
Daryl, I mean, I'm sorry, Joel. He's pretty hard working guy too.
yeah, he
Brian
does.
knows.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy works a lot, but he
Yeah,
also does a great job of taking care of his customers and doing what he thinks is best to get people their products and get the things that they want. So again, and I don't just say this about anybody. I've dealt with a lot of dealers before in the past, but he's a special one. Let me just say that. Isn't he, Michael?
yeah, he is. He really takes care of you.
Right. And Calabash says, have a good night. We'll get up with you tomorrow. Appreciate it, Calabash. We wish you would
Yeah,
have been on here with us live. Maybe you can come back on with us in the near future.
have a
So,
good night, Calabash.
yeah, have a good night, buddy. Um, so I'm reading through some of the comments, Michael. We got so many. Let's see. Wisco to Texas says, good night, Calabash. Is there any elliptical coil coming soon, or should I just buy the 9-inch? What do you think, Michael? What do you think about the 9-inch versus if XP releases a new elliptical coil? What do you think about that?
Um, well, I had the round 9-inch HF coil and the elliptical coil for
For the
the
Deus One,
DS1.
I did
And
too.
tell the truth, I really like the round 9-inch coil better than I did the it's all personal preference, but that 9-inch coil, it does a good job, and it's going to be interesting to see if the multi-frequency coil, it uses some different frequencies. It goes to a higher frequency,
Right. Well, I'm interested in what they do. I mean, I don't, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know any inside information as far as if they are going to release that 5x9 coil, or 5x8 coil. But you know, I like the 9 inch. I think the
Yeah.
9 inch coil does a very great job of separation. It's a good all around coil. So, and like Finders Keepers is saying here, 9 inch coil is killer indeed too. But I do think that XP will be coming out with that smaller elliptical coil. I just don't know when, but I really do think that that's something in their near future. But again, I don't have any inside information, so I'm not speaking for XP. I'm just saying I think that's what they're going to do. So you guys, you guys just hang tight for sure. Um, let's see here. Yeah, Heavy Metal Detectors group, Facebook group says would love having Joel on. So Michael, maybe that's something we should do. We should get Joel on here. You think
Yeah.
Joel will come on here with us?
He might. Yeah. We
Yeah,
can catch him on a
on a
good
night that
night
he's
when he's
not
at home.
working. I mean, the dude works a lot. I will say that. Edward G says, I think you guys are talking a lot about the Manticore and the Deus too, but when you have the run of the Legend, have you ran it in any of the single frequencies on your sites? You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Edward G. I have not run the single frequencies that much. I've always used multi frequencies on the Legend, but I'm telling you, the Legend is a killer machine, especially at that price point. But I wouldn't think it would operate that much differently. The only thing that I can remember is I don't think that the audio was quite as good sometimes on the single frequencies as they were on the multi frequencies, if I remember correctly. And Calabash was on here earlier, and I know he ran it a couple of times showing those single frequencies. But the multi frequency seemed like the audio might have been a little bit better, or I could have that reverse. Do
Well,
you
if you
remember that,
get,
Michael?
I can't remember either, but if you get in a situation where it's very high EMI and that multi frequency can't handle it, you can try that single frequency, and it's probably going to run a little bit quieter and handle it, you know, that EMI better.
Right.
Wouldn't you think so?
I would think so too. I mean, I would think it would handle EMI better in the single frequency versus the multi. Multi is plagued by EMI. And I will say this, I think MindLab has done a really good job of handling EMI, especially with the
Right.
Manticore, that it does handle EMI very well. But XP has done a good job too. But there's still been some cases where multi, sometimes with EMI on the XP, I did struggle a little bit, but it still works. I mean, I may get a lot of chatter, but I'm still able to pick out the signals. But what am I missing? That's the thing that I don't know in
Right.
that case. So again, that would be interesting. Finders Keeper says chimes vary in composition. Some beep higher than others depending on silver content. Yes, right. Chimes can ring up all over the place. I've seen them ring up a 58 on the Deus too. Michael, have you ever dug a chime?
I have not. That's
Right.
a coin I haven't dug.
Right. Well, I haven't dug one either. I'm just saying I have seen one ring up in the 58 range.
One thing I've wondered, has anybody dug a 3 cent nickel coin, and what does that ring up on the dais to?
Yes, that would be a good one too. James asked earlier about the MI6 pinpointer and connecting to the coil. Was that done in an update? You can get an update for that MI6, and you might want to reach out to XP if you're still having connection problems, James. I know you talked about this before, but you might want to reach out to XP if you continue to have those problems. You might want to run the update on the MI6 pinpointer as far as pairing. That might help some, but you can send it back to XP and they can update it.
Right.
Michael, have you updated your pinpointer?
I haven't. I bought a newer one and it had the newer software, but my older one I haven't sent it in yet. I got the AcuPoint and I've been using it and my newer MI6 switch, and so I haven't really went back to my older one. I need to send it in, and have it updated.
Right. So again, that's something you might want to reach out to XP about, and they're probably going to ask you for your serial number and that kind of stuff, so they can sort of get an idea about how old it is. The older pinpointers I thought had a problem with the new software once they updated, and we've gone through that I think in the past, James. But hopefully you can get it resolved, because having the MI6 and being able to pair it real quick is really nice, and generally it works pretty good. I mean, once it's updated and it can connect properly, it works extremely good. I
Right.
don't use the MI6 with my headphones and connecting to my coil. I still just use just my pinpointer, and that's it. And that's just the way I've always been. So, but again, we're definitely reach out to XP. Digging Daryl says not to knock it out of the park with their new pinpointer, being able to change the frequency so it doesn't interfere with whatever detector you're using. Right. And I actually
Right.
saw this up close and personal. Michael and I had this talk. I pulled it out the other day and I had the Manticore, and boy, it was just going crazy in the air without me even having it near anything. And it was because it was interfering with the frequency of the Manticore, and so I had to switch the frequencies to get it to where it would perform the way it should. So I think that's a great feature. I do think Nocta did an excellent job. And
I have a
speaking, go
Well,
ahead, Michael.
I have a question with that, Brian. And
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. When you cut it off and on, does it stay in the frequency that you shift it to?
I don't think it does. I think you have to. I think you have to
You have to
shift it every
shift it.
time you cut it on.
Okay.
But by the way, here's mine. I have the Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer there with the screen. Um, One thing that I wanted to say, guys, we are getting closer to 10,000 subscribers. When we get to 10,000, we're going to be giving away one of these bad boys, one of these Nocta AccuPoint pinpointers. We've got some other great giveaways we're going to give away too as well. So subscribe to the channel. Tell some people to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in the Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer. That's one of the things that we're going to be giving away. If you sign up for a membership, okay, we're going to be giving away one of these, and hopefully we're going to have a couple of XP pinpointers as well, along with some other things too. If you sign up for the membership, just to run the membership real quick, we're going to put that up real quick. The membership is below. It's the True Hunter Relic, or True Relic Hunter membership edition. It's $9.99 a month. It gets you an exclusive live stream with me and Michael and whoever my guests are. We've got a great membership live stream coming up in February. We're going to be talking about LiDAR. And Surfside Dan, who's on here right now, is going to be on there with us. And he's going to be going through LiDAR. I'm going to be going through LiDAR with you. And we're going to be talking about LiDAR. So if you're interested in LiDAR and learning how to use it and what to look for on LiDAR, where to get LiDAR maps for looking at your sites, then you need to sign up for this membership, because we're bringing that exclusively to our members. And you guys that are looking for that information, you might want to sign up for a membership, because we're going to be offering that. Also, too, when we get to 10,000, we're going to be giving away one of these. We're going to be giving away some other prizes as well. As we get closer to 10,000, share the channel with your friends, share the channel with others, try to get them to sign up, subscribe, get us to 10,000. And we're going to start giving away some great things too. Michael, what do you think about the Nocta AccuPoint pinpointer real quick?
I enjoy using it. Once you use it for a while, it's really simple to use it. If you read the instructions, from the get go, and once you figure it out, it's like second nature. I love using it. It's a great feature packed pinpointer. It's just got a lot of features to it. the little screen on it. I kind of worried about that getting scratched up, but it's kind of recessed, and I didn't really have that problem. It's a good design. It really is.
Right. Digging Daryl says Joel will make you a great deal on them pinpointers. So there you go. If you want one of those AccuPoint pinpointers, give Joel a shout. He will get you hooked up. Detective Smile just started to do LiDAR. It is cool. We're going to be bringing you a special LiDAR edition in February for our members. So you want to get in on that. We're going to go through LiDAR. We're going to show you how to access it, what to look for. We're going to give you the screens, give you the things that you need to know. If you're interested in using LiDAR to help you find sites and find old roadbeds, house sites, and so on, then you need to sign up for the membership. It's going to be great. $9.99 a month. That's worth $9.99, even if you only stay on the membership for a month. But at least you'll have that information. We do these once a month for our members only. You also get a special loyalty badge, and we do special giveaways for our members only. So again, get in on the members. What were you going to say, Michael?
I said, and Dan, he is very knowledgeable on LiDAR and really all things metal detector related. And he, I know he's going to tell us some good stuff and walk through it. And it's going to be something you're going to want to sit in on for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Michael, you've been wanting to know about LiDAR, right?
Right.
Right.
I sure do.
So glad to have SoFlo Treasure Finds, a great beach hunting couple down in Florida. Was on their show not too long ago. Really excited about having them on here with us tonight. And hey, SoFlo Treasure Finds, glad to have you on here as well. Digging Daryl says that he did cut a small screen protector for that pinpointer and put it on there.
That's a good idea.
That is a great idea. And I don't know, did they make a screen protector for that AccuPoint?
If they don't, they probably will. Somebody will. I'm sure.
Yes. So Joel just said, "Hey guys, thanks for the shout out. I'm stuck at work, but I'm listening. $251 ship for the M8 coil. I also have a Manticore with M8 and M15 coils. So guys, if you're looking for the Manticore, give Joel a shout. He can get you hooked up. He's got multiple coils there for you too as well. And he can get you rocking and rolling with the Manticore. And just let him know, hey, I saw you on Southern Relic Adventures, and let him know that, and might be able to help you out a little bit with some things too. So again, check out Joel Fly Rock 2 on here. I'm gonna put his information back up. Guys, make sure you sign up for the membership if you're interested in any of that stuff. Joel's information is now flowing across the bottom of the screen. So super excited to have Joel in here. Michael, we're at 63 right now. Let's keep rolling, Michael. So, Michael, I know we were talking about the Manticore. Let's go back to the Manticore for just a few minutes before we jump off of here. We're gonna show a couple of finds. I did get a couple that I wanted to show and bring to everyone on here. So you've got the Manticore coming. We talked about some things that you're going to try with the Manticore. What do you think is going to be the greatest thing that you're going to see out of the Manticore based on when you get this new machine?
Well, like I said, I love the 800 tones. And I got used to that in the past. I dug a lot of good targets at depth too. And I think that's the deeper targets. It seems like to me, the Equinox and hopefully this Manticore, from what I've been told, it gives a more repeatable signal on the deeper targets. Now I know the XP, that's something that has really improved with the DS2 is, a good VDI and repeatable signal at depth. That's something they really worked on, and they done a good job with that. but hopefully that's, it just, it's a different machine, as far as the tones go. I'm just kind of looking forward to the different tones there.
Right, right. Well, Michael, we've got a lot of machines coming on this channel. And I brought this up last weekend, and I'm gonna scoot back real quick. I've got a couple of things that I wanted to show you guys real quick. But we got the score and we got the double score. So both of those machines you're going to start seeing on the channel as well. We're going to be testing those machines, bringing you guys some information about those machines. Nocta also makes a great product. What a great time we live in, where we've got so many great products that are out there, and Nocta is doing a fantastic job.
Right.
So I know we've talked about MindLab, we've talked about XP, but Nocta's right there. I think they've got a lot of great things coming in the future too. But the score and the double score, below $500, if you're interested in one of those machines, the Legend, which I have the Legend back here. So we've got all kinds of things that we're going to be bringing on the channel as well. Michael, what do you think about the score and the double score?
I think they're going to be good, solid detectors. I mean, from what I've saw, I haven't used them, but I've watched some of Calabash's videos and EFP Signals videos on them, and they seem to be great, especially in the separation department. It seems like they separate with the best machines out there.
They do, and to have a machine, sometimes, and you and I are like this too. Sometimes you just want to just cut on the machine and go metal detecting.
Right.
If you're that kind of person, you don't want to fiddle faddle with settings, or you don't want to deal with all that other stuff, and you just want to cut on the machine and start metal detecting, then these Nocta machines are going to be great for that. The score, the double score, they've got some settings, but they're not overwhelming. The Legend, if you want to get into some more settings and some more features, the Legend has a lot of features, guys,
Right.
that you can just turn on and go with too. And it's real easy to set up as far as the score, double score, and the Legend. But if you just don't want to fool with things, you can put it in a program and you can take it out and go hunting. And that's what I like about these machines. And a lot of people are saying, just like we said, a lot of great detectors on the market. So we know what that means for all of us. That just means great products, great time to be a metal detectorist, great time to be able to getting out and hunt for sure. Right. Thank you. Well, I can hear him now, believe it or not. I figured out what the issue was. So I can hear him, Joe Dirt, but thank you so much. Heavy metal detector, a lot of workshop is a great offering. Looking forward to sharing that with all of our heavy metal detectors. Share it with them. All they got to do is sign up for a membership. Even if they only sign up for 1 month, at least they'll get that bit of information. And again, that's something that a lot of people have been wanting and looking for. And Dan and I are going to work on that together. And we're going to bring you a LiDAR workshop for that members only channel. But even if you only sign up for a month, at least you got that information. But I think you're going to find there's a lot of other great information like what we share on here. And I think that's going to help a lot of people out as well. Edward G says, I think the price point of the Legend gives you room to grow with the machine for sure. It does. The Legend is an excellent machine. I've enjoyed using it. I love it on the beach. I think it's a great machine. I think for everything that it has to offer, it's probably the best machine at its price point for sure. Don't you think so, Michael?
I think it has, and with the updates they've had, they've kind of got everything ironed out. It's a good running machine now, and they carried what they learned from that over to the score and the double score. So, it kind of all the kinks are worked out. So, they got 3 solid machines there now.
Right. I know. Delco Detecting says, evening, everyone. Just got the M8 Coil. Can't wait to use it tomorrow. The 15 works great. That 15's a beast, though. I don't know if I could swing the 15 without a sling. What do you think, Mike?
Well, I watched the video and the guy was really surprised how light that coil was.
Right.
He said basically it wasn't, much heavier than the stock 11-inch coil.
Yeah.
The way
Well,
they had it designed.
yeah, I've heard some good things about that 15. There's a lot of people that love it, and I'm sure it's really deep. The Manticore is already a deep machine.
Right.
I can't even imagine how much deeper it's going to be with a 15-inch coil. So
Crazy.
there you go. Joel says, yeah, I don't know if I should go live. I might break the camera and then probably will have bigger tech problems. Joel, I know better than that. Look, if Michael and Calabash don't break the camera, then I know we're good, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And if I don't break the camera, so I know we're good. Joel, we'd love to have you on here coming on here live and answering some questions for a lot of our folks on here. We really appreciate that. LiDAR can take your research to a whole new level, and that is so true. So definitely sign up for that membership. Get on there, and we're going to bring you some information about LiDAR, how to find some of those LiDAR maps, which a lot of people don't know how to get to. So it's going to be a special show. That's coming in February. But go ahead and sign up for the membership now so you don't miss. And by the way, we are doing a special members-only live stream on Sunday night at 7:30 on Sunday night. So if you're a member, and there's a lot of members on here right now, we're going to be doing our special members-only live stream Sunday night. Mike will be here with us. Might have some more guests in here with us. Maybe we can get old Calabash in here or some other people. And we're going to be doing a special members only live stream Sunday night, 7:30. It's probably right during the middle of the football game, though, isn't it, Michael?
It probably is, yeah.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, we'll make it work. But you guys that are members, it is coming Sunday night, 7:30. Be here. Giveaways, all kind of metal detecting and talk. You want to get involved with that, sign up for a membership. It's coming on Sunday night. February, we're doing our special members only live stream with LiDAR. So you definitely want to get in with that as well. SoFlo says, we do well with the Legends. It's an excellent machine. Thank you, SoFlo. We appreciate that. Let's see what else we got here. Michael, he says, I think the M15 is fairly light for a 15-inch coil. And that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
That's exactly what I've been hearing. Edward G says, I wish I had the money to add my Legend and get a Manticore and Deus too. Yeah, that's a lot of machines, but they all are great machines, aren't they, Michael?
Yeah, they are.
They are, and they all will do extremely well. If you've got the Manticore, then you're not really missing out on much. If you had the Deus too, you're not missing out on much. If you have the Legend, you're not missing out on much.
Right. They're all fairly close in performance. I mean, it would really surprise you,
Right. Thank you, Dig and Daryl, for the donation and the sticker. We appreciate that so much. All of our proceeds go straight back into the channel. It goes into this live stream. It costs me money to do this live stream, by the way, guys. So any donations, any super stickers, super chat, all of those things are greatly appreciated. Sign up for a membership. That helps out the channel too. As we, it does cost money to bring these live streams, even though a lot of people think it's just free, but it's not free. It costs money to do these things. I subscribe to StreamYard. It costs me $50 a month just to do this live stream, believe it or not. So
Dig and Daryl said these machines are cheaper than buying a boat, and I used that same line on my wife the other day.
Yeah.
I said, well, at least I'm not ordering a boat.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. Okay. How much deeper is the Manticore than the Deus 2 in the field? they're neck and neck.
Yeah.
Carson, Chris, I think they are from what I've seen. Even out on the beach, I would say the Manticore might have just a smidge deeper, but the DS2 is pretty deep. It's a pretty deep machine too as well. If you put it in dive program, you turn it all the way up, sensitivity all the way up, it can hit 16 inches on some targets. Just depends on what the target is, but it will hit those kinds of depth. And so will the Manticore if you are testing those machines out. So, Michael, we got 66 in here. Fly Rock says, need to have relics and rings on too. Great dude. Oh, I know. I've met Andrew. Andrew is an awesome, awesome dude. And that's a great suggestion too. So relics and rings, reach out to me after the show. Maybe we can get you hooked up and bring you on here too. Because I know you know these Mind Lab machines as good as anybody. I love the Mind Lab machines too, and Michael does. And I know you've been using the Manticore since it was first introduced. He's got some great videos too, relics and rings. Right. So check him out too as well. So super excited to have him on here with us. Savannah Harps is on here. Glad to have Savannah Harp. Savannah Harp's a great beach hunter down in Georgia. Uses the Manticore, uses the DS2, mainly on the beach, but does do some relic hunting in his area, and does really good with the DS2 and relic hunting, does really good on the beach with the Manticore as well. SoFlo says, I got to teach you OBS, Brian. I've messed around with OBS, but I like StreamYard. It's pretty easy to use, other than when I do something stupid like what I did tonight, but I won't tell what stupid thing I did tonight. But
I think I know what you done.
I know what I did too. DC Diggins says gas for the boat costs as much as a detector. That's true. There you go, Michael.
Yeah.
That's so true. Let's see. Edward G says, digging Daryl. Bad part is I have a boat already, and I think that might be part of why my wife isn't happy when I want to buy another metal detector. I get it. I get it. Heavy Metal Detectors Facebook group says, pro tip from Michael. There you go, Michael.
Yeah, that's right.
Get the most detector you can get for the money you can afford, and you will have a great time. That is so true, Carrie. Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing that with us. But again, it's all about going out and having some fun and doing some things because, all of these machines, you learn them well, you go out and use them, you're going to be successful with them. Aren't you, Michael?
That's right. Yeah, learn your machine and learn the tones. Learn the nuances of the machine, and you'll be successful.
You definitely will be successful. And we got a big time. We got a superstar in here tonight, digging it back with the $20 for the donation tonight. Thank you so much, Charlie. I appreciate you guys. Check out Charlie and Rob's show on Sunday mornings. It's a great time. A lot of fun. A lot of prizes given away. Charlie does a great show, I believe, on Saturday night too. Charlie can correct me, but he has some great shows going on too. I really appreciate Charlie. Charlie is a new DS2 user. He did switch over from the Manticore, Michael, but Charlie is learning the DS2, and any information I know he would be glad to get from any of you guys, because I know most people in here are great DS2 users. But glad to have Charlie in here tonight with us, digging it back. Thank you so much, Charlie, for the contribution to the channel. Again, guys, this isn't free, me doing these live streams. It does cost money. I have to sign up for a subscription, other things. But again, we bring to you every night a good quality program with a lot of information, and we're always glad to do that. And we appreciate each and every one of you being with us tonight as well. So thank you again, Charlie. You're an awesome guy, and love yours and Rob's show and your show individually as well. Workman's Adventure says it took a little while to get used to the Manticore. Had mine almost a year, and it does. And Michael and I have had that conversation. Michael, we're at 70 right now. Michael and I have had that conversation quite frequently about the Manticore. Originally when it first came out, we were a little bit hesitant of it, and now I've sort of adapted to it. Michael's looking forward to adapting to it and getting used to it. I think it is a very good machine. It's pleasant to hunt with, and I'm looking forward to showing you guys some more video with the Manticore, as well as with the Deus 2. You guys know XP Deus 2 is always going to be one of my favorite machines. There's no question about it. But the Manticore is right there with it, and we're going to be showing those machines to you guys. So stay tuned for that. And I think you guys are going to appreciate some of that content. Let's see here. Bell says, hi, Charlie. Glad to have Bells in here as always. The more hours you put into any machine, the better you get. That's true as well. Yeah, Relics and Rings, please reach out. We'd love to have you on here. I've got some other guests lined up. I've got a really special guest lined up. Michael knows who it is that's going to be coming on with us real soon. And we're going to give him a great warm welcome in here whenever he comes on as well. But we got some great guests lined up too. Digging it back says, thanks, Teach. Charlie, as always, glad to have you in here, buddy. You are awesome. And we appreciate everything you do for the hobby. You and Rob are just fantastic. James Bazell gave us a super sticker, $2. Thank you so much, James. You are awesome, buddy. We appreciate you. Let's see here. Digging it back says he is loving his Deus 2. What do you think about that, Michael?
That's good.
What are some suggestions? Since Charlie's in here, what would be some suggestions you could tell Charlie about getting used to his Deus 2?
Well, I guess he's beach hunting, right?
He's beach hunting. Yeah, he's beach hunting.
Well, you've hunted on the beach with the Deus to a lot more than I have. What would you suggest?
Okay, well, Charlie, I'm giving you some special inside information. I love beach sensitive for the smaller gold, which is what it's designed for. I don't know if you're using beach sensitive. I love running in full tones, Charlie. I would definitely try that out. But I would also not neglect the dive program if you want a very stable hunt. Beach sensitive, you might hear a little bit of chatter going on. The dive program, if you set it up with full tones, you can get a lot of good tonal nuance. And if you need help with any of that, Charlie, we'll be glad to help you with that. Just shoot me an email. Be glad to get you hooked up on the beach running those particular programs. But Charlie, you're going to love the Deus 2. You're going to love being able to get out in the water. If you got the 9-inch coil or 11-inch coil, you hook that antenna up, you can go out and swing out in the surf. I think he's on the Gulf of Mexico side, which is very calm. So he can probably walk out in the waves and walk out in the water a little bit. So, but anyway, Charlie, try those programs out. Let me know what you think. You might be already using those programs, but they're both great on gold, and they're both the dive program is extremely deep too, by the way. So if you're using the Deus 2 out on the beach, try the dive program, run sensitive or run full tones, and go from there and see what you get, Charlie. So glad to help Charlie out. SoFlo, appreciate you, SoFlo. SoFlo had me on their show the other night, SoFlo Treasure Funds. We appreciate the donation. You guys are awesome. These guys do a great show on Sunday night, guys. Go check them out. If you're a beach hunter and you're into that sort of thing, or if you just want to know about all kinds of metal detecting things, SoFlo Treasure Finds is a great channel to watch. We appreciate him, and we appreciate him donating to the channel tonight. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate you guys. Michael, we got a lot of comments, and we got a lot of people in here. So
Right.
Carson Chris says, I'm surprised how many silver diamonds I found hunted out park with the Deus 2. Right, it'll unmask. It'll definitely unmask, even in those parks with a lot of treasure. Digging it back says, awesome. We're so appreciate you, Charlie, as well. Savannah Harp says he finally got his M8 coil. He says he's begun playing with it, can raise the sensitivity to the 30s. Has anyone tested depth against the stock coil at sensitivity 22? Now, one thing that I've been hearing, Michael, is it's better to run that sensitivity a little bit lower on that smaller coil.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, I've heard that too. So, Savannah Harps, you might want to think about that. Calabash and I have had that conversation. Michael and I have had that conversation with that M8 coil. You might want to think about running that sensitivity maybe a little bit lower. He says he's raised it up to 30, that Michael. I can't imagine hunting with it at 30.
Well, it probably runs quite, as far as running, but EMI wise, but I don't know, I don't know. I hadn't used it in the iron, especially that high. I hadn't used it at all in iron. You've ran it,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I've never run it. I don't think I can run it that high, Michael. I'm going to be honest with you. And Digging It Back says someone in this chat sent me an 11 by 13 coil as a surprise gift.
Right.
Wow, Charlie.
That's a great gift.
That is an awesome gift. I love the 13-inch coil. Don't you, Michael?
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Yeah, that 13-inch coil, and Michael and I have raved about it and bragged about it. It's great in separation and iron, but out on the beach, man, that thing is great. I mean, because you cover more ground, definitely out on the beach, it's a no-brainer. And if you use the WS6 with it, you're actually lightening up that machine as well. It's the lightest setup that you'll ever get on a beach, isn't it, Michael?
Yeah, it really is. It is a lot. Running that 13-inch coil, that WS6 is, it helps it out. You wouldn't think it would, difference between a remote and that WS6 with that 13-inch coil, but it does. You can tell the difference.
Oh, gosh, you can tell a big difference. Finders Keeper says, I love that 13 by 11, but the lower DS2 shaft sure don't. Right? You may have to get you a reinforced shaft. I've heard of some people doing that. I've got the carbon graphite that came with it, but I haven't had a problem with it as far as moving, I guess, or feeling like it's got a lot of wobble to it.
You can either get that carbon infused shaft, which I think it comes with 11 by 13 coils now, or you can get the Detect Dead carbon lower. I know it stiffens it up quite a bit.
Right, with that Detect Dead shaft, right, Michael?
Right, that's right.
Digging Darrell says the 13-inch coil for the DS2 worked great for relic hunting and does really good on iron separation for a bigger coil. And we appreciate Digging Darrell. He says, I also use the sweeper program. You won't be disappointed. And of course, if you guys are new here, the sweeper program is the program that Michael and I sort of collaborated on and came up with, and works extremely well for us using sensitive full tones. If you're interested in that program, go check out the video. It is on my channel. And again, Michael uses it. I use it. It's one of our favorites. And it's one that we've been pretty successful with as well.
And Brian, that was Finders Keepers that was talking about that shaft.
Yeah.
He said he's over 6 foot and he has to extend it out. Check on, they make a tall man. It's a longer middle shaft, and I had that on my DS2, and it helps out a lot. You don't have to extend your lower shaft out as far, because you gain like 4 inches on your middle shaft.
Right. And Finders Keeper says it's a little wobbly, but nothing crazy for him on here. So, but I love the 13-inch coil. I love it on the beach. I love it relic hunting. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite coils. I hate to say it, but it is. I never dreamed I'd be swinging a 13-inch coil and say, "Hey, this thing is great." But I love it. But I will say one thing, and I've said this on a couple of different occasions. I always start out using the 13, and then if you want to switch, go to the 9, and then it'll feel like you're swinging a feather. But don't ever start out with the 9 and then go to the 13. Isn't that right, Michael?
That's right. Yeah, because it's a big difference when you do that.
Right. Detective Smile says, I have to get my daughters to bed, so I have to go. Thank you, Detective Smiles. We appreciate you being in here tonight. Finders Keeper says he's over 6 foot, so the lower rod is extended a little, and I agree. I agree with him. You definitely going to have to extend that.
He'll get that
Well,
extended middle shaft. That's going to help him out a lot.
this is a good thing too. Workman's Adventure said, I had my Manticore in the water all summer with no leaks. That's great to know.
That is
Some
good
people
news.
were a little bit concerned with the possibility of a leak, but I've heard good things, but I have heard of some leaks, but it doesn't seem like it's quite as bad as it was with the Equinox. Bobby Short says, I want a beach. You're right. Digging Darrell says, you can also fill the lower shaft with spray foam to help it if you don't want to spend the money for cartridge. That's a great tip. I didn't think about that. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that either. That is good tip.
Right. Um, James Bazell had also a great tip. He said, Josh Grimes, in very wet ground, you may want to use the general program. It has filters to handle wet ground. And James is exactly right. So
Yeah.
that's also good. So, Michael, we've been on here for an hour and a half. So I guess it's about time to maybe do a giveaway. What do you think?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
let's do a
also,
giveaway.
what's that?
So let's do it. I'm
Yeah.
ready to give.
Heavy.
What do we got tonight?
Well, we're gonna do that, but we got to. I want to show a couple. I got a couple of finds I want to show
Oh,
real
okay.
quick too. Heavy Metal Detectors Facebook group says, do you lose depth when reducing sensitivity on the small coil? Well, anytime you start reducing sensitivity, you are going to lose a little bit of depth. Don't you think, Michael?
Well, I was watching a video on this, and there's an area on especially on the Manticore. If you go too low, the signal is not as clear. If you go too high, it's not as clear. There's a section there that it seems like it was between 17 and 25 where it sounded the best. The clarity of the signal. So
Right.
it's something you just kind of have to experiment with and see what
Right,
it
and
sounds like.
and of course, when we're talking about the Manticore is a different machine, isn't it,
Right,
Michael?
right. Yeah,
So
it
we
is.
said that lowering that sensitivity on the M8 coil tended to help that coil in the unmasking capabilities. Now, whether it helped it as far as depth, I'm not real sure. What do you
Right.
think, Michael?
Well, if you're running that coil there most of the time, I mean, you do want good depth with it, but you're more looking for the separation. And I think, running it and not getting as many falses with that coil, backing off your sensitivity is what you're looking for, hunting in the heavy iron.
Right.
Because you're
So,
not going to get but so much depth anyway in that heavy iron.
right. So there's a lot of people that are commenting right now. It's 18 to 22 on the
Right.
Manticore, and I would tend to agree with them. That
Yeah.
seems like that's sort of the sweet spot. But we all know that the Manticore has a bumped up sensitivity on it. That you got those extra increments of sensitivity that you didn't have on the Equinox. So is that helping it? Is it hurting it? I don't really know at this point, but I still think you can get away with running a little lower sensitivity, even with the smaller coil, and still get fairly decent depth with the
I think you can
Manticore.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Ben Boggs on here. He says, hi, everyone. He said, late again, but we're glad to have him. Digging Canuck says, if you're putting on a smaller coil, I don't think you're going to be digging to China. You're probably looking for separation. And that's true.
She's absolutely right.
Right. She's exactly right. And, if you're using the M8 or you're using the LG24 on the Legend, you're probably looking for that separation. But the M8 does hit pretty deep, Michael. I'm going to be honest with
Yeah.
you. From what I've seen so far. So anyway, we'll see. So all right, Michael, let me real quick. I want to pull up. I want to pull up a couple of finds that we got that were sent in. If you guys are interested, we didn't get that many this past time, but if you're interested in sending in a find, I'm going to put this up. Hang on one second. You can always email your finds to sransc@gmail.com, and we will get your finds up on the channel. Anybody that wants to share something spectacular, try to make it something recent, though, something you recently dug. Give me a little information about it, and so on, and then we can get those finds up for you. Michael, what's been some of your great finds lately while I'm pulling this stuff up?
I mean, I found some nice colonial buttons, and that's about it lately. Hadn't been out too much here lately, so hopefully that's gonna change when I'm gonna get out a little bit more with that Manticore.
Right. So Michael's going to be getting out with that Manticore, and he's going to be showing us some of his great finds. So I'm going to drag this over here real quick. If I can, Michael, hang on one second. So I'm going to share this find, and this is from Tom Fennell, and he found a couple of really, really nice coins that I wanted to share, and we're going to share those finds with you guys. If I can pull this up, and I'm having to work with multiple screens here, guys, so bear with me for 1 second. Where is this? Well, I thought I could share it. All right. Well, Michael, I don't know if I'm going to be able to share it or not. I thought I'd be able to. There it is. Okay. There are a couple of nice coins by Tom Fennell that he sent in to me, a couple of barbers, a Mercury, a nice wheat penny as well. So I wanted to share his finds. And my battery, Michael, is about to die on my MacBook. So I need to hook this up real quick. But what do you think about those coins, Michael?
That's a great finds. You know, it's been a while since I've dug any silver coins.
I know it has been a while. I've dug a couple last year, but I haven't dug any to start off this year. So y'all hang on 1 second. We're going to hook up this charger so we don't die. So we're about to die. Hang on 1 second, Michael. You there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I got my charger going. Yeah, it's been a while since I've dug some silver coins too as well. So Tom Fennell shared those with us, and we're glad to share that with you guys. So I wanted to share that. Michael also wanted to share. We got another find that I wanted to share real quick. Let me see if I can pull that up. Which I meant to have these things put into a PowerPoint, but of course we were stretched for time and we had technical difficulties, unfortunately. But the other find I wanted to share was a find that Michael is very familiar with, which we're going to show that. And Michael, do you know what find that is?
I think I know what you're going to show.
You think you know what I'm going to show? Guys, check this find out. Does anybody know what that find is? That find is a 1795 diplomat button that I dug off of a 1700 site. So I wanted to share that with you. And I actually dug that with the Manticore with the M8 Coil just recently. 1795 diplomat coin, which means 1795 was our first U.S. government. Also, too, 1795, the guy that designed this coin was the original engraver for the U.S. Mint. And I just found this just recently, within the last couple of days. So there you go. And I wanted to share this with you guys last week, but I was super excited to find this. The United States of America on the front. We've got the eagle, but was super excited to find this. And I've never dug one. Michael, have you ever seen one of these before?
I've seen one picture of one, and that's it. And am I right? We only had 3 diplomats at that time.
We only
And
had
so,
3 diplomats. So I live in South Carolina. So a diplomat that lived in South Carolina actually wore this button in 1795. What a great piece of history. And again, this came off of a site that I have hunted multiple times, and this was tucked in iron. And we've been talking about the Manticore. We talked about the Deus too. The Manticore was the one that sniffed this coin out, or not coin, but this button out, and it did a great job finding this target mixed in iron and mixed on a site that had been hunted quite heavily. But yes, it's one of the buttons that I've ever found that's been in this good of condition. Michael, have you ever seen a button in this good of condition?
it's in really good condition. I mean, that's what's surprising about it. That
Well,
soil must be really sandy there
right. Well,
where
what
you're at.
really made it worthwhile was, and you guys that follow me on Facebook and some of the other pages, was that I had found a button last weekend on a site where it completely crumbled on me. And then I dig a button like this. You're going like, what? How did he dig a button like this? But this button came out the way you guys are seeing it right here. But it is a fantastic find, and it's one of my favorites because it's so unique that you gotta just go wow when you look at it. Isn't that right, Michael?
Yeah, it's a beauty for sure.
Right. And 1795, perfect. I'm a U.S. history teacher. I know what went on between 1787 and 1795. And of course, there's a lot of history behind this one button. And to know that it was done by, or the guy that designed it was a guy named Robert Scott, who was the first engraver for the U.S. Mint. He designed the first large cents for the U.S. Mint. So to know that, and to know that it came from a diplomat living in South Carolina at that point is just, to me, it's just fascinating. Yeah, you won't ever top that one. Well, there's some other things out there that I would love. I would have never thought I would have dug one of these, but there are some other buttons out there that I would love to get, and some other things I would love to get. It's a bucket lister for sure. But that's a pretty amazing find as well. Yeah, it's pretty mint. It really is. And I appreciate you guys. Digging it back says that button is sweet. And I appreciate digging it back, signing up for a membership. Thank you, digging it back. We appreciate you signing up for a membership. Yes, it's in good shape. Savannah Harps, I know he's around in an area in Georgia where you might see something like this. Savannah Harps, have you ever seen a diplomat button of this variety before? But yeah, it's a great find. I shared it on my Facebook page. And Bobby Short says museum piece. You would think it was that rare, but I've been told that it's not that rare. But to me, it's priceless. So I could care less whether people think it's rare or not. But Carrie Holderreed says that's mint teach. Thank you so much, Carrie. LC Hunt says, wow, is right. You won't ever top that one. Appreciate that. And just an amazing button, and super excited about digging it and having it. And, I can't wait to get out and detect. Hopefully I get to detect this weekend. Michael, you going out this weekend?
I don't know. I think we're supposed to have rain here. I have to see what it looks like.
Yeah. All right. So we shared our finds. I do have one other one, but I'll wait and maybe I'll show that on the next live stream. It's a one that somebody wants some identification on. So we may wait on that one and share that one on the next live stream. But I did want to share that one from one of our viewers and subscribers, as well as this one that I dug. And I thought you guys would really, really appreciate that as well. So we are going to do our giveaways. Let's see here. Tin Man says he tried to pass the Foreign Service exam 3 times. Tesh Ridge Digger said, did you receive the picture of my coin finds? Did you send it to sransc@gmail.com, Tesh Ridge? I'd love to show it though. If you haven't, then I will definitely get it up on the next show. Send it to me again just to make sure, and we will get that up. Savannah Harp says, congrats, Brian. Mark C says, congrats. Thank you so much. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. But Tesh Ridge, I will definitely get that up on the next live stream if you send it to me again, if I missed it. But again, I want to share those finds with our viewers and subscribers. So definitely share that with me. Savannah Harp says, I have not seen that particular button, but we have dug a few different diplomatic buttons around here, right? Yes. I was told that it wasn't that rare, which I find it hard to believe, but that's just what I was told.
Right. No, I can't find any pictures of it. I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, there's only one picture I've seen, and that's on Robert Silverstein's page. And he's the one I asked about it. He said it's not as rare as you think. So, I'll go with him. He's the expert. So he's the one that wanted the ID. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick before we head out of here, Michael. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, that's why. Unidentified. All right, here it is. All right, so guys, I'm going to share with you guys a coin, and this was from Tesh Ridge Digger, and it's one that we could not identify. Maybe there's somebody on here that could help identify it. Do you guys recognize that coin? Anybody? This was from Tesh Ridge Diggers. Finders Keepers said that was the guy that wanted to buy it off of you. Okay, I'm not selling it. I promise that. Robert Silverstein can say it's not rare all he wants, but I'm not selling it. Anybody recognize that coin though?
I don't.
Yeah. Do you recognize it, Michael? No?
I don't recognize it.
Damien says it looks French Philippe. LC Hunt says it looks French, maybe a token. Edward G says no clue. Let's look at the other pictures of it. Here's gosh, I hate it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm showing y'all my screen, but here's the other picture of it as well.
Several people are saying French. So
yeah, somebody says French Frank. Delco Detective says, look, it looks like it's from Europe. It's definitely foreign. So again, guys, I appreciate you guys helping out. Crown up top. So Test bridge diggers, that's what these guys are saying, and I'm assuming they are correct. That possibly French. And anybody else want to leave a comment for that?
It's a great find, regardless.
Yeah, it's a
It's
super
great.
find. And
Yeah.
you can tell it's old for sure. Yes. Teshridge Digger says, thanks, guys. Yeah, and again, guys, that's why we do what we do. You guys are awesome. Damien says, my cover photo is a French King Philippe if you can expand it. And Finders Keeper says, not rare. I want to say, I'm not selling that button. I've already made my mind up on that. Unless it was something super, super rare, would I consider selling it? I don't sell relics. I'm not that person. Tin Man says possibly Swedish or Danish kroner. There you go. Wisco Detect says he buys foreign coins and it looks French. All right. And Finders Keeper started laughing. He knows I'm not selling that. And Michael knows I'm not selling that either. Okay, we're going to do our giveaway real quick before we get out of here. So we are going to be giving away from XP. Let me close this out. From XP, we're going to be giving away a premium membership for the Go Terrain app. So we are going to be giving that away tonight on the channel. And I'm going to pull this up. And this is the third giveaway we've done of this. So we are going to be giving away a free membership for the Go Terrain. It is the premium membership. And hopefully everybody knows what the Go Terrain app is for XP, but you can also use it for other machines as well. And so somebody said real quick, Belgium 5 francs is what LC Hunt said. So good. John Arlett says it's a token for a free croissant. So, but anyway, Belgium 5 francs is what LC Hunt says. But again, Teshridge Digger, hopefully one of those was correct and it gives you direction in the right way. But before we get out of here, we are going to do our giveaway, and we're going to be giving away our Go Terrain membership, premium membership. It's $9.99 for the full year, but we're going to give it away free. If you've got an Apple product, then you'll be able to get a full year of premium membership. If you have an Android, then it's 3 months membership for Android phones. But anyway, all you got to do is type in #GoTerrain, and we will start collecting those people that are signing up. So I don't see it popping up though, Michael. I'm having all kind of technical difficulties tonight. Aren't I?
Well, it happens.
I know. I'm going like, what the heck? Let me see what's going on with this thing. Let's go back. Choose live stream. Anyway, keep typing them in, guys. We'll get it. We're going to get you guys hooked up. We got 20 entries. 20 so far. Very good. If you do win, then you will email me at sransc@gmail.com, and we will send you your code to get the Go Terrain app from XP. If you don't know what it is, Michael, you want to tell them?
Well, it's an app, download it on your phone, and you can use it. If you have an XP DS too, you can use it to mark your finds, document them. It has GPS on it, and it will actually show you the VDI number. It'll connect with your machine and show you the VDI number of the target. And you can actually use it in a group hunt, and it kind of shows where your friends have walked and some of the targets they have found. So it's
Right.
pretty neat.
Well, and the really cool thing about it is if you have an XP-2, what it'll do is it'll pull up your VDI number of all the
Yeah,
targets that you swung over, or you can select which ones you want to record with the VDI number as well. And you can also leave a picture of the find. If you find something there, you can leave an audio recording or you can leave a video recording of that
you
find. So
can you can
go ahead.
set you can set your land boundaries, and if you cross over that land boundary, it'll actually give you an alert.
Right.
Where hey, you need to get back in.
Right. So you don't want to
And
go trespassing on somebody else's property and get in trouble. You can actually set the boundaries of where you would like to go with it. It's a really, really neat tool. XP's done a great job of designing this to work with their products. And of course, hopefully, again, maybe there's some new things on the horizon. And this is going to be a great application to go along with maybe some of those new things too as well. Right, Michael?
that's right.
So I'm giving everybody a chance. We got 24 in here. So would love to have a couple of more. We've got 53 that have that are still in the live stream. So uh, just a little bit, right around half. But even if you don't have an XP-2, you can still use this to track you. You can still use it to leave a video or leave the VDI. It just won't do it automatically if you're not using an XP-2.
Right. You can use the GPS
Right.
function on it.
Right. You can use the GPS part of it, and it works extremely well. So we're going to give that away, and we're going to do our drawing in just a few minutes. We're going to make sure everybody gets a chance to get in. Yes, please hit that like button. If you've been in here all night and you hadn't hit that like button, please do so before you leave. Guys, we're trying to bring to you a lot of information. I apologize for any technical difficulties that we had early on. I appreciate everybody that has joined in tonight. I appreciate everyone donating to the channel. Remember, all of this goes back into the channel to bring these live streams to you, bring the cameras, bring all the things that we use in our metal detecting adventures as well as paying for the subscription service for StreamYard to bring these live streams too. So again, we appreciate each and every one of you. We still got people punching in, Michael. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. We're up to 27. So Michael, any parting words you want to leave for everybody before we head out of here and before we do the drawing?
Hopefully, guys, you'll be able to get out this weekend and do some detecting. Like I said, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're calling for rain here, but I need to take a look at the
They
forecast.
are, Michael. Tomorrow is supposed to rain here till probably around 1. I know around my place it's going to be till around 1 or 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't know about it at your house, but it's probably going to be right around there. Again, guys, don't forget to support Joel. His information is scrolling across the bottom right now. If you're looking for a metal detector, pinpointer, shovel, whatever it may be, give Joel a shout. His information, contact information is down there. He'll be glad to hook you up. Awesome guy. Great to deal with. Super great communicator, all of those things. If you do win tonight, don't forget sransc@gmail.com. If you would like to share your finds with us, again, use the same email, sransc@gmail.com, and we'll be able to, get those finds up for you. Don't forget our members. We got our members only live stream Sunday night. Next month on February, we're going to be doing a special LiDAR presentation. So if you want to get in on that, sign up for a membership. All you got to do is hit that join thing underneath let me go back over here. We got to hit that join thing underneath the channel down below on YouTube, and you can join up for a membership. It's $9.99 a month, but we are going to be doing some special information on there. We're going to be doing LiDAR next month. So you want to get signed up for that. Get in for the special giveaways that we're going to be doing on Sunday night, as well as the ones that we're going to be doing next week. Remember, we are approaching 10,000 subscribers. So we are going to be doing some big giveaways for that 10,000 subscriber count, and we're getting really, really close. Share the link, share the channel with your friends, get more people on here, and that gets us to 10,000 a lot faster, and that gets those giveaways coming too. So definitely do that for us, and we would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, rain in Tennessee tomorrow. James Bazell says raining in Washington. Digging Darrell says we got 100% chance of rain. Tin Man says rain equals deep signals, which he's exactly right.
Yeah, that's true.
Joel, we appreciate Joel. He just gave $5 to the channel. We appreciate Joel doing that. Ben Boggs says we did LiDAR program at our club 2 years ago. Fantastic technology. Been using it to finding detecting sites. Yeah, Ben, and we're going to be doing that on here. We're going to be doing a little special presentation of LiDAR with Surfside Dan. So you definitely want to get tuned in for that. Ricky Bennett says washed out in Georgia tomorrow.
Sounds like a lot of people's going to have rain.
Yeah, that's what it does. It sounds like finders keepers, deep signals, and active iron. So again, guys, I appreciate every one of you being in here. Let's do our drawing real quick, Michael, and then we're going to get out of here. So we are going to do our drawing right now. So let's do that. And here we go, Michael. Let's see who it is going to be. John Arlett is our winner. So, John, we appreciate you. All you got to do is email me at sra@nsc@gmail.com, and we will get you a code out for a free. If you got an Apple, you get a free year's worth of premium membership. If you have Android, you get 3 months of the Go Terrain app from XP. Thank you, XP, for donating these codes for these free this free application for the free membership or free premium membership. So again, thank you, XP. John Arlett, we appreciate you. Congratulations, and you are our winner of our giveaway. There you go, John. John says woohoo, so he's excited about it. And we are glad to do that as well. We got Jersey Diggs in here. Glad to have her in here. I've actually met her. I met her at Digstock last year. She may remember me. She may not, but glad to have her in here as well. So there we go. John Arlett with the win for the Go Terrain app. What do you think about that?
Congratulations. That's good. That's a new name.
Yeah, we got a new name. Yeah. Damian Thorne says giveaway a hat or we riot. Well, look, that might come on the members only channel, Damian Thorne. So you definitely need to sign. I think you're signed up, or are you? I don't remember. But anyway, we're going to be giving away some special things for our members only on Sunday night. If you're not a member, definitely sign up for it. It's some great giveaways, some great information we're going to share on Sunday night, as well as some great finds and some other things too. So again, sign up for the membership. I think you guys will love that. You get a loyalty badge. You get the information that we provide once a month. You get special giveaways. All of those are things that are part of the membership only channel or page. So sign up for that. It's all you got to do is hit that join link. If you don't want to sign up for it, no big deal. But it does help the channel out, and it is something that we're going to be doing. We do each month. So again, sign up for it if you would like. You don't have to. We're still going to be coming to you every weekend. We're going to be bringing you some information, content, and so on. But we're also going to have this once a month for those members. So definitely check that out. And we would love to have you guys join up with us. So Damian Thorne says, thank goodness football season will be over with. She said, Jersey Digs is a whole other channel. Okay, well, we're glad to have you in here. I do remember meeting you at Digstock, and we're glad to have you in here. We're wrapping it up. I think you might have had a show tonight too, but we're wrapping it up. And so here's something good. Joel says he will have a special giveaway also for Sunday night. So if you sign up for a membership, Joel's going to have a special giveaway too that he's going to be doing with us on Sunday night. Joel, thank you so much. As always, great support of the channel. Super guys, as we mentioned quite frequently tonight. But we love Joel. Joel's awesome and fantastic guy, fantastic dealer. One of the best dealers I've dealt with. And I've dealt with a lot of them too, by the way. And Joel is by far one of the best. So we really appreciate him as well. Michael, anything else?
Have a good night, guys. I know we had a long show tonight. I appreciate y'all sticking around.
Michael, we had a big audience in here tonight.
Yeah,
we got over 70 people in here.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest audience we've had. Again, I know we talk a lot of different things and we go over a lot of things that maybe some people are interested in, maybe you're not interested in, but we try to cover and run the gamut of all topics, metal detecting, metal detectors, all sorts of things. So we appreciate each and every one of you sticking around, tuning in tonight. It just makes the time fly by, doesn't it, Michael?
It really does.
Yeah.
It goes by fast.
Right. So, guys, again, if you haven't signed up for a membership, sign up for a membership. Get in on Sunday night. Joel's got a special giveaway, too, that he's going to be doing as well. And we've got some special giveaways coming on the next membership live stream, as well as the LiDAR tutorial and feature that we're going to be doing for that. And we're approaching 10,000. So we're going to have some giveaways for that as well. So share this channel with your friends. Tell everybody they need to get involved. And hopefully you'll win one of those great prizes and be a part of all this fantastic fun that we're having. Right, Mike?
That's right.
That's right. All right, guys. Y'all take care. It's been a great night. Thank y'all so much. And I appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Hopefully it's not a rainy weekend for you guys and you can get out and metal detect. And some of you probably get out and metal detect whether it's raining or not. Right, Michael?
That's right. Yeah. Getting a little wet.
Yeah, that's it.
Waterproof.
We appreciate all of you, Bells. We appreciate you, Ricky Bennett. We appreciate you, as always, LC Hunt. Great to have you in here. Edward G, always a great support of the channel. Ben Bogg, always awesome. Mark C, we appreciate you. Workman's Adventure, great. Charlie, appreciate you being in here tonight. Carson Chris, awesome. Damien, great to have him in here as always. Kerry Holdery, glad to have him in here. And of course, our main man, Joel, always super excited to have Joel in here. Matthew McCann, Joe Dirt, just running through a couple. Finders Keepers, as always. And guys, it's just been a fantastic night. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. We will be back next weekend, Friday night, 7:30. Sunday night, members only. If you're a member, sign up for that. We've got some giveaways. We got some information. We got other things we're going to do. Have a great time. Sign up for the membership. Get in with us Sunday night, 7:30 is our members only live stream. Sign up for that membership, and we will see the rest of you. If you don't sign up for membership, we'll see you on Friday at 7:30. and we're going to be bringing some great content and some information to you guys. We appreciate you. Michael, thank you as well for being in here tonight. Appreciate you taking your time, joining with us. Guys, take care. Have a great and fantastic weekend. We'll catch you
Have a
soon.
good night, guys.
We'll catch you soon on our next adventure. We'll see you guys.